I will do algebra. I'll even do geometry. But graphing is where I draw the line. Or is it? Hey guys, welcome back to the Math Dojo. I am Michelle. For those of you who don't know me and are new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification to be notified whenever I upload new videos. And if you already are subscribed, welcome back. You're a part of the Math Dojo family. In my classroom, I like to give multiple ways of learning a specific concept because everybody learns differently, right? Some of us learn visually, some of us learn by doing things hands-on, some of us learn just by hearing it, some of us learn by seeing it. So having multiple ways of doing a specific concept is always a good thing. Okay, so don't forget to stay till the end of this video. After today, you guys are going to learn 2 different ways to graph a linear equation. This is part 4 of our graphing series. So we started our graphing series where we just talked about what a graph was at the X and Y axis. We sung a little song to remember and to help us remember. So if you are interested in any of those videos, check out the playlist in the description box below. If you're excited for this video, of course, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and let's jump right into it. Okay, so like I said, we are going to be graphing in 2 different ways. So I'm first going to show you the standard form and then how we're going to change it into this slope-intercept form. So slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, where your m is your slope and your b is your y-intercept. Okay, so you have to have it in this form, y equals mx plus b, in order to graph a point on the coordinate plane. So if you're given an equation in standard form, which standard form is a number with x plus a number with y equals a number. This is standard form. And if you're given a number in standard form, and let's say you're given 2x plus 1y equals 2. So let's say you're given a number or an equation in standard form. The first thing you have to do is you have to get it into slope-intercept form in order to graph it. So to get it into slope-intercept form, this 2x here has to go on the other side of the equation to get y by itself. So we're going to subtract 2x because a positive 2 minus 2 is 0. But we have to do that to both sides. Okay, so 2x minus 2x will cancel out, and we're going to be left with y on this side equals, and since I cannot combine these two because one has an x and one is just a constant, we call it a constant when it's just a number, we can't combine them. So I'm just going to rewrite them again with my x term first, so it's negative 2x first, and then my positive 2 will go next as my b. As my b, which is my y-intercept. So now that I have my equation in from standard form to slope-intercept form, now I can graph. So like I said, your b is your y-intercept, remember? So this is my y-intercept here, a positive 2. So that just means at that positive 2 mark, it's going to cross the y-axis, y-intercept, right? So my y-axis is here, again my x-axis is here, and my y-axis, this line up and down here, at 1, 2, I'm going to put a point at the number 2, okay? So now what we have to do because when you're graphing a line or a linear equation, you need at least 2 points, okay? So how to get the second point is you're going to now look at your slope, which is a negative 2. It doesn't come with the x, it comes just with that leading coefficient right there. So my slope is negative 2, but the slope is the rise over the run. So to make, or when you get into the higher grades, it's the change in x over the change in y. So either way, right now when I teach it in my classrooms in middle school, we teach it as rise over run. So this is a -2, and to make a -2 into a fraction, we would just put it over that 1. Okay, so since it's negative, negative means to go down, so we're going to go down 2, and this 1 is positive, so positive numbers go to the right, and you kind of know here because our positive numbers go to the right here, okay, and then negative numbers go to the left here, right? Positive numbers also go up, and negative numbers also go down, right? So we know that the rise is up and down, okay? So the rise is -2, so I'm going to go down 2, here 1, 2, and I'm going to go to the right once, and I'm going to put a point right here, okay? So like I said, you only need 2 points to graph, but just so the more points you have, the better and more straighter your line will be. So again, I'm going to go down 2, okay, and to the right 1, and I'm going to put a point right there, okay. One more time, I'll go down 2 and to the right once and put another point right there, okay. And now I can take my line and graph a straight line there, okay, with it going infinity, and it keeps going on and on in both directions. So a linear equation, when we're graphing a linear equation, any point on the line, so it would be a point there, a point here, a point here, a point here, any point on the line is a solution to the original equation that we had. So that is what that line means. A linear equation means it's a straight line, and any point on the line is a solution to this equation here that we have, y equals -2x plus 2. So what that means is if I took, let's take this point here, my x term would be a +2, my y term would be a -2. Okay, so that means if I plug in my +2 for x and my -2 for y in this equation, it would come out correctly. And let's check that out. So again, my -2 for y, okay, equals -2 times x. And remember, x is +2. So -2 times +2 is going to be -4 plus 2, okay? And I'm just going to bring it over here, okay? So that's -2 equals, and -4 plus 2, this is -2. So if -2 equals -2, then we know that those two numbers, or this ordered pair, is a solution to this equation. And any point that you use on the line will make this equation true, okay? So let's try another one. Okay, so like I said, we were going to show 2 different ways to graph the equations. So in the beginning, we said y equals mx plus b is our slope-intercept form, and you have to get every equation in this form in order to graph an equation. So, or in order to graph the linear equation. So if I'm given, we're just going to go ahead and start off with an equation. Say I'm given y equals 3x minus 2, okay? So with this equation, what we're going to do, the other way to graph, instead of finding your y-intercept and doing the rise over run, you're going to start plugging in any number for x to find your ordered pair, okay? So let's say I have x equals 0, okay? So I'm going to plug in every number that I want to for x, okay? So I picked 0, we're just picking random numbers here. And in my equation for y, because y equals the 3x minus 2, right? So for my x equals 0, I'm going to have 3 times 0 minus 2. So it's going to give me, okay, my y outcome here, I'm going to have 3 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 2 is a -2, okay? So my ordered pair here is going to be 0 and -2 is my y. So I'm going to find that here, x equals 0, y equals -2, and that's going to be my 0, -2, one of my points on my line. So let's pick another number for x. Okay, let's choose, let's just go ahead and go down the line. So let's choose 1. So 3 times 1 minus 2. 3 times 1 is 3. Minus 2 would give us 1. So that's my second ordered pair. My x is 1. My y is 1. So at 1, 1, I get a point right here. Let's go ahead and label that point. And let's just do one more for fun. Like I said, we only need 2 points, but the more the better. So let's choose 2. 3 times 2, okay, minus 2. So 3 times 2 is 6, minus 2 will give me 4. And that is my ordered pair, 2, 4. So 2, and my x is 2 here, 1, 2, right? And then my y is 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to go ahead and put a point right there. And there you go. So now I have 3 points here to connect. And like I said, your line goes, it keeps going in both directions, okay? And every point on the line, this point here, this point here, this point here, if we have another solution in any direction down here and up here, all of these points are going to be solutions to this equation here, okay? So one of the ways that we did was we found from standard form, we put it into slope-intercept form, we found our y-intercept and our slope, and we graphed it that way. Or you can just pick points for x. So we picked 0, we picked 1, we picked 2, and then we went ahead and put those points into the equation and found our y. So either way you would like to do it, whichever way that you understand more, go ahead and choose that way. But yeah, those were 2 different ways to graph linear equations. I hope that you learned something from this video, and I will see you right now. Alright guys, we are done. I hope you guys learned something. If you stayed till the end of this video, put a kaboom down in the comments. We are the Math Dojo family here. And yeah, we support one another. So don't forget, you are not alone. Make sure that you are staying safe and keeping your family safe during this time. Let me know down below if you have any other questions. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell notifications so that you know when I'm posting. Thank you for watching, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys. Math. Whew. The X and the Y. The X and the Y. I need some coffee, as you can tell.